welcome back to Car Salvage 101. Welcome back to I suppose it's part 2 really of the Fiat 500 pot. Looking at bodywork first off, and you can see the damage to this door. The actual damage itself is, there's no actual damage to the metal, it's literally just what appeared to be, not really sure, scuffs, but that wing has basically slightly gone out and it's causing a massive obstruction when you open the door. So sorting that out, and this checkered roof, which it's a factory option, not for me, that will be going. And yeah, so we're going to do some work on that. Then if we look at the other side, the passenger wing, we've got some scuffing here as well to the wing, and we're going to be working on that as well. There's an ever so slight dent as well, which I'm going to try and pull out, but not on this video. I'm going to do that when I've got a bit more time. But that sort of scuffing runs across the wheel arch. So luckily, and I thought it was going to be a paint job, this predominantly has come out with just some very good abrasive compound, and actually it's taken it pretty much off. I've sanded the lacquer back as well, just to go through that sort of layer of lacquer and polished it back up. And actually, apart from these sort of corners, which, you know, that's just going to get touched up with a bit of paint, and so actually I was really chuffed with that. Then if we look on this side, it's gone as well, again with compound and a bit of sanding. We've been able to get all of that back to pretty much factory standard, cut through a bit of lacquer and polished it back, and yeah, that's all good. But just with that one, you can see in sort of certain lights, you can see an ever so slight dent. To be fair, from some customers they wouldn't notice it. And on the rear passenger side as well, on the bumper, we've got this sort of scuff, but actually that's quite deep, so that's going to need a touch up with paint. And I was going to aim to try and get through these sort of marks as well. Not really sure how people get these, because they're very slightly small, whether it's like supermarket trolleys or whatever, I'm not sure. But you can see we've had a go at that. It's made it a bit better, and in certain lights you can kind of see it, but actually on the whole, if I probably try to apply some paint to it, it'd maybe make it worse. So yeah, just one of those scratches that's a bit too deep, and that's going to require a fill in of paint. But otherwise, managed to get that out, so I was quite chuffed with that. So yeah, we're going to use the drill and these rubber, I don't know what you call them, wheels. Did that on a video just gone, but my god, does this go through your battery on your drill? I mean, these, as I say, they're factory, so they're pretty stuck on, and yeah, it's they're a bit of a nightmare. I've started this, and I'll be honest, I've not even finished. I think I've gone through about 3 rows, and my god, if you're being paid for time, this is a proper time. I say time waster. It just went through 2 batteries, and obviously you've got to pay for the wheels as well, to the rubber wheels. But yeah, they're not coming out that quick, which is a shame. But we've made some progress, and I will be heading back to that. But you can see we've gone through a lot of rubber on the top of that roof. But yeah, we're slowly making progress on that. I just don't really like the look of that. It's sort of a checkered flag thing, and don't really see that many Fiats with 500s with those. And a bit like what I've done with BMW, sanded the lights back, and I'll be trying to sort them out to get those back to sort of a factory look, so none of this yellowing that appears on the earlier ones. Though it's a bit hit and miss with the Fiats I've had some very early ones and the lights have actually been alright, but this 2010 version had yellowing headlights, so I'll sort that out. Something that I forgot to mention when going through the introduction to this 500 pop was the key. It's not the remote key, and we are stuck with the spare key. And obviously, to get one of these done by an auto locksmith is about 150 quid approximately. Now I know that multi-ECU scan, you can do these yourself. You can buy a key fob for about £15, and then you can do that through your laptop, which involves plugging it in and then getting the key coded. I've heard various stories about this, and I really have no idea whether or not it's worth me trying, or whether I just have to fork out the money for it, to be honest with you. So I'm not really sure what to do. Some people say it's quite easy, and my good old friend at Love 500, who I followed for a long time, not really sure where he stands on that. But and then you've obviously got to get the actual key cut itself, which I'm sure isn't too much of an issue. It's around whether or not it's difficult to get it coded, because if you get it wrong, then you basically block the whole car, and even this key won't work, and that's where I'm slightly concerned about it. So so going to keep an eye on that one, work out what I'm going to do on that, and I'll keep you posted. Also, this button or plastic button here is impossible to find. You'll go on eBay, and even though people are breaking these 500s, no one wants to sell you that button. They want to sell you the entire radio, which isn't what I want. So and then if you go to China, they'll quite happily send you some of these buttons, but the colours are completely wrong, and I don't really want that either. Now, I suppose we're going to a 500 or Fiat dealer might be the only way. I'm not sure what the prices are that they're looking at, but really struggling on that one. It's a flipping bit of plastic, and that's really irritating. So that's where we're at with those two things at the moment. So I thought I'd start on the seats, because the temperatures are sort of starting to dip now, so drying times when these seats are in the car takes a bit longer, and it just generally makes the car look a bit more presentable. The passenger seat, not too bad. There's a few marks on there, but generally on the whole it's not too bad. But I'm not really sure you can see it in this video. There's I want to say a very minor cut to the actual backrest, just on the left hand side, which is a shame, because these are lounge seats, so they're pretty decent, and it's not ideal. But there wasn't too much, didn't really need to do too much scrubbing with these seats. Luckily the checkered pattern doesn't play havoc with the camera, as sometimes it can do. But that one's come out reasonably quite nice for 11-year car. It's come out not too bad. The driver's seat, a bit different, a bit more stained. Again, trying to go with a few sort of ingrained again, it's not too bad. I don't know really, when people come to view or come to look for a 2010 car, do they expect a seat to be immaculate? Are you expecting a small amount of stains, especially on a light coloured interior. I don't know. I know some people can be put off by it, but when it's a light coloured seat, yeah. But again, they come up reasonably pretty nice. So obviously these have got to dry, so it's not a true representation of what they look like, because they're obviously a bit patchy where I've been working on it. But certainly luckily there's no big patches on there to the point of I can't get them out. So that's the front seats done. Started to lose light, and also I don't know if you saw, but I was working on the driver's side from the passenger side, because I just can't really open that door. I don't want to cause any more damage until I can get that wing off. So I thought I'd do a bit of stretching across. But yeah, so that's where we're at with the 500 pop, and we'll try and come back with some more videos soon. But for the minute, I've got to get rid of that BMW. Yeah, so like, subscribe. Hopefully we'll get to 50 subscribers soon, big numbers, and I'll see you all again very, very soon.